Right, hang on a sec. Let me get my serious face on. Okay, so today I'm with Leia Morrison, one of our third year students, who is just about to hand in, I think tomorrow, is it, Leia?
Tomorrow is the day.
Handing in her kind of final graduate work. And we thought it'd be interesting to have a conversation about how you've responded to kind of the having to make work in isolation and adapt your final project. But firstly, I feel I should say congratulations on being shortlisted for the Palm Prize.
Woo! Thank you.
Could you just tell us a bit about that image and the story behind it?
Yeah, basically it was actually, I sort of rediscovered the image recently when I was looking through my archive from second year. It was actually a shot from like a fashion shoot that I did, but on a recent portfolio review with Wyatt Clark Jones agency, they sort of encouraged looking through your archive, and I rediscovered it and it sort of resonated with me and sort of had like the themes that I was feeling in lockdown, so I thought it was quite relevant. And then I saw that Palm Studio Award thing pop up on my computer, and I was like, I might just enter it because it's resonating with me and it might resonate with other people right now. And it did, and it got shortlisted, and it was really exciting. But I think it's the themes of like dependence on other people and like wanting that human interaction that we can't have right now that sort of maybe made it stand out a bit, which is cool.
I suppose that's quite interesting because your work generally seems to revolve around the sea and water and people, elements of sort of fashion and documentary in it. So what's the kind of draw of that then? Why are you always making work around these subjects?
Well, I guess I grew up in West Wales, and every summer, every day I've been on the beach since I was a baby. So I guess it's sort of unavoidable as subject matter when it's what you're used to all the time. And I guess I'm a really sociable person, so I think I sort of use photography as a tool to like meet new people or learn about a new community. And I guess because of where I'm from, those communities tend to be near the sea, and those things sort of go hand in hand with me, so it just always seems to work out that way. I don't think I ever actually intend to be like, I need a sea project, it just always happens.
Okay, so it's just a backdrop generally. So
yeah.
And how do you find that the beginning? Because you've done some kind of fashion projects and worked on some commissions around the fashion world. How do those two things work in unison? Your own personal practice and then kind of having an eye on that fashion world.
Oh gosh, I guess when I started photography, I was doing more fashion shoots and like building sets and things and being inspired by like David LaChapelle and stuff. And I guess having that as a starting point with my work, when I sort of started moving more towards documentary, that element of like aesthetic never left. So though I was like more focused now on like personalities rather than like making elaborate like fake things happen, it's more like the authentic person behind with the aesthetic alongside as like the side bit, if that makes sense, rather than the main focus.
Okay.
That was a bit of a stumbly one.
It was an awkward question, wasn't it? So it was quite interesting because the last time I was kind of in a room in a tutorial with you, you had this very structured plan for your final project. So you were going to Cornwall and you were going to kind of be working with someone who met, sailors and people making these jumpers, and there was this whole construct of a story and a project completely formed. And then obviously what happened and lockdown commenced. So what was your reaction? How did you deal with kind of suddenly being asked to completely shift what the expectation was?
Yeah, it was weird because I'm a to-do lister, and I like having my projects like planned out, and I'm like, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. So when lockdown struck and it was like, I sort of came to the realization that I wasn't going to be able to do my project anymore. I think at first, like, I did have quite a defeatist attitude about it, and I was like, well, what am I going to do? I started in lockdown trying to take some portraits of my family and doing like more documentary stuff, but it sort of very quickly felt too thin. And I was looking at photographers like Laura Hind and Laura Panak and stuff, and I was looking at all these really emotional personal projects like Laura Panak's Separation project and things like that. And I was like, I can't produce something in such an emotional and unique time that isn't gonna sort of capture how I'm feeling. So I think I decided, though it was terrifying, to turn the camera inwards for the first time ever, which was weird. Because I was out of my comfort zone anyway with the way we're having to live, because I'm locked down in the middle of nowhere in Wales with just my family. So I think I just wanted to create something that was quite personal, because I've never really done a really personal project. But yeah, it sort of worked like that, really.
Did you find that quite cathartic? Was it a useful process for you personally? Because it's, you know, turning the camera back on yourself when you're used to making portraits of others, and there's a slight there's a distance between you and the subject in a sense, and suddenly you being fully at the centre of that.
Yeah, definitely. Like I think because it's always been a sociable tool for me to not have someone to talk to in front of the camera and to like have to be that person. It was really strange, but it also made me respect the people that I've been photographing a lot, because I used to like make my friends get in the sea in January, and one of my pieces for lockdown involved me getting under like a shower curtain of icy cold water, and it's May, so I mean, the fact that I made my friends do that in January when it was freezing outside has really made me respect them a bit more. But yeah, it definitely has changed the way I work, and now I think after lockdown I'm gonna have a different approach and not feel like I have to plan out everything so much. And that as well, I've always, like, since starting uni, I've been very much like a film photographer. I've just used my RB, and this was a digital project, and I think it's really made me like remember that it doesn't matter what kit you're shooting with, like you can still be the photographer that you want to be with a completely different set of resources, and you can still create work no matter what situation you're in, really.
I think that's interesting. I think it's quite, in a way, it's quite a healthy result that some people have found, is that the confinement means that you have to adapt the way you make work and your creativity, and find new ways of expressing all that. So I think it's, you know, it's a really good thing to have embraced and produced, you know, a set of work that's got such kind of a personal emotive power behind it as well.
Strange.
yeah, an unusual outcome, but hopefully.
I think though that it's like I'll come out of this with a new sort of way of working that I can bring into my old way of working, and see how I'm excited to see how they're both going to like join now, because I don't think I'll go back to how I was working before completely, and I don't think I'll ever be like to-do lists all the time, because you just don't know what's going to happen, do you? So no. I think it's going to make me work in a slightly more organic way, which is quite nice.
Yeah, I think that's a great outcome. And what, you know, all things aside of kind of the unknown, what is the plan? Have you kind of got a master plan of what happens post graduation and entering all the photography?
Well, the plan was to move to London and try and survive, but now that I've sort of put aside my uni work and the hand-ins tomorrow, I've started revisiting the magazine that I started when I was on foundation year, and I haven't touched it in 3 years throughout the degree, and I think I'm going to try and start building that back up again, and hopefully that'll be the plan. And maybe, basically it's called Soon, which is the Something Out of Nothing project, which is kind of relevant right now, and there's a lot of people doing Soon stuff, so I thought, what better time to get the magazine back going, and it's quite nice to distract myself with something else.
Yes, I can imagine. Yeah. And then kind of beyond that, you're going to try and stay doing something in the creative industries?
Yeah, definitely photography world. I was meant to have an internship like now with Rankin, but I'm not there. But hopefully he'll wait.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully those opportunities will start again once.
Yeah.
And if you could, have you got any kind of tips or advice, or any things that you would say to someone about to start their kind of journey into a degree, you know, about to start the course and, you know, fresh-faced, what would you say to someone?
Welcome. But also, I think just like collaborate as much as you can. Uni is amazing for like all the different courses, and I collaborated with some like fashion students and some film students, and I'd really encourage that. But also just like try and take on as much work experience as you can. Enter every competition that you see that the uni tell you to enter. Even if you don't think you're gonna be successful in it, just give it a go, because you never know, someone might see something that you might not have seen in your own work. But I don't know whether the facilities are going to be open, but hopefully they are, because they're great, and you should use those to the max as well, because I'm going to miss them.
Well, hopefully we'll see you back using them.
Yeah, I'll be returning. You won't be able to get rid of me yet. So
fabulous. Well, yeah, I mean, hopefully we will get to see you and everyone from your year in the real world before too.
Yeah, have a good celebration of
Yes.
all of this being over.
And yeah, thank you for taking the time to talk to us today.
Thanks, John. It was nice to see you.
Yeah.